Sauce. Smackalicious. Beat love 3 times. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's not morning, it's evening out here, but it's morning somewhere out there. But anyways, we wanted to address Ellie and Dalvin with the questions that they had responded to when me and Nate did the video about their open relationship, because I think there was some kind of confusions on some parts, and then Darius had to put his like 2 cents in it, of course, because he knows more about, I don't know.
What?
I was about to say, you know more about it, but you really don't.
I don't know anything about their specific relationship, but I am just younger than you guys, so I know the idea and the concept of an open relationship. I just don't think you guys know that.
Okay, maybe I don't know that, but there was a couple of questions I did have to ask, to respond to, because I think there was a misunderstanding, and I know that a lot of people thought that Ellie was kept, had an attitude with me or with the family when she did that, but I didn't feel no type of way about it. I didn't feel that she had no attitude or anything. I felt that through that video, I think that her frustration came off as, frustration. She was frustrated with the things that she was seeing in the past, maybe with the comments, and I know how that can be with the comments. That's why I stay out of my comments and different things like that, because sometimes the comments can get really, really crazy out there.
So, let me preface this video by saying I haven't seen a singular video except for the recent one where they're responding to what do they title it? Responding to Belove's Life. Yeah. Responding to Belove's Life. I've only seen that video. I haven't seen anything else. I haven't been keeping up, so I don't know anything else at all. This is one of my first videos that I've even seen with Ellie in it.
And let me tell y'all, in the other video, the only time I heard about their open relationship was with the video saying questions about open relationship. I didn't really watch any of the other videos, so if y'all think that I watched a lot of the videos of when they were talking about this already and answered a lot of questions, I don't watch my son's videos to the point where I'm watching every single one of them, and he doesn't watch mine, and we don't watch each other's videos like that. So when I saw the question of open relationship, I was curious because it said open relationship. This is why, and I when I have questions and I want questions to be answered, want to know about a subject, I either ask Darius about it if it's something that I don't understand, because that's that Gen Z Gen Z
knowledge.
Yeah. And if Dalvin does something, if I want to know something, I ask, because I don't know. I honestly don't know. And man, you can call it out of it is ignorance, because I don't know what this is, what that is, and these days you gotta ask.
Yeah. So to preference the video that I saw about whether or not Ellie was angry at my parents or the comments in general, you have to understand, and you guys may not understand
no, they're not
fully, and I know Dalvin was trying, he did understand, but he was trying to clear things up in the video. That's why I kept on asking, like, are you talking to my parents? Are you talking about my parents? Because people are going to assume that. Exactly. Right? The title's called, Responding to Belove's Life. She's obviously upset and angry and frustrated, answering some of these questions that, my parents might have asked, but she's not necessarily frustrated with my parents. She's frustrated with the comments that she's been seeing and reading, and the ignorance that she's been seeing in the comments for however long. And that's just how it's going to happen. When you're a person who doesn't know YouTube and stuff like that, and you do a deep dive in, and you're sharing things that you probably wouldn't normally share, you have all of these eyes on you and all of these opinions and you're seeing all these things that for you might know all the answers to these questions. So it's frustrating when all these people say things that are stupid to you or ignorant or all this other stuff that you've already figured out in your own time. And so that's probably why she has been upset or seemed frustrated, because she's been going over and over in her mind these questions of people saying this, and that. And a lot of the stuff that people were commenting were probably ignorant. I believe her. I don't know. I didn't know what the comments were.
We have always said ignorant things in our lives, because because certain subjects you don't know about. Yeah. You really don't. You don't.
And there's a difference between being curious and interested in a topic and being blatantly ignorant and only coming into a situation with the prior knowledge that you have and being judgmental. And
Right.
I'm sure that people have done that based off of her sexuality, based off of their open relationship thing or whatever. All of that. I'm sure that people have been saying stuff that have been so ignorant. And so that frustrates
but
her.
the STD thing was, or they said that she was going to catch STD because they sleeping around. Of course, you protection, people do use protection and all that stuff, but it may not even get that. I don't know. It may not get that.
I don't know what age group these people who are commenting are in. Let's talk about it. We are in the year 2022. STDs do exist, and they're much less, stigmatized. They should be. In my generation, I think they are. You can practice and participate in safe sex and not get STDs. That's not 100%. Nothing you can do can 100% prevent you from getting an STD except for abstinence.
Right.
And no one's asking anybody to do that. I hope not. What?
Who's asking?
I don't know who's asking. Are you asking?
I'm asking you to be abstinent.
What? Absent. No.
Am I asking you that?
Anyways, I'm just saying that we have to understand that sleeping around is not, like, we have these negative connotations when we're talking about sexual activity, and we need to, find out what is healthy and what is not. And I think that a lot of people probably are still in the mindset that, I literally lost my train of thought. I was talking. I think some people are still in the mindset that sex is stigmatized and that you can only have, less than one hand of partners your whole entire life, and like, hello?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm talking to your generation.
I know.
I'm talking to your generation.
Whatever there is.
And it's not that, everybody's just no protection, like, let's just, like, have sex with anybody we want to. That's not what that is at all. It's just a difference in how we approach what it means to have sex, who you're having sex with, and how, we mentally categorize having sex, whether it's a negative thing or a positive thing or whatever. And I just feel like we're coming to a time where, sex should be positive. We should be, not having so many negative things associated with, I'm dwelling too much on this, but associated with sex is all I'm saying.
Okay.
We're coming to a time where, whatever. That's just sex in general. That's nothing to do with this video and open relationship thing.
Okay. Yeah. Now he wrote what he wanted to respond to.
Yeah.
My only thing really I wanted to respond to was the fact that, I didn't feel that, I promise you, when I first saw the video, I didn't feel that she was getting an attitude with me or anything. No. But I do know that when you're in the comments and people are asking the same redundant questions, or it's so much stuff going on out there, and then some people are very, very rude.
It's overwhelming
with their comments, and it can get very, very overwhelming, very, very like really, so that's probably where she was coming from, man, because I knew she wasn't come getting an attitude with me.
Yeah.
I know Dalvin was just trying to make it so she explained that in the video, so people would not be all on that video saying, you getting the attitude, this and that, so.
Right, because Dalvin knows.
He knows YouTube. We've been doing it for so long.
Being on one side of the camera versus the other are two different things, and like, things that you say, you could be totally innocent in saying, and
people would take it and blow it up,
change it, turn it around, flip it, shake it and reverse it, bop it, twist it, and do all of the whatever they want to do.
They do.
And we kind of touched on that. We will touch on that later. People will just take it and spin their own narrative. So, and Dalvin knows that, so he was like,
making
just make
sure
you know,
right.
Because that's good.
Because she's new to this too, y'all. Ellie is new to this YouTube thing, and people, I'm telling you, like she said, she didn't want to bring her bedroom into this, and she kind of wished she never did do the open relationship. But y'all know how it go.
Well,
said the open relationship thing on
So I have 2 pages of notes. Okay, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I have 2 pages of notes.
This is him, y'all.
And I'm gonna try to go through everything,
really fast, quickly,
speedily, so that you guys understand. And again, I want to preference, I've only seen that one video, and I don't know anything else, and I'm just trying to get a grasp of what they're talking about. So, first things first, Ellie and Dalvin are still figuring it out.
Right.
Everything that they've been talking about has been theory, but not practice. They have been, talking about, their situation and what they want their relationship to be, but they haven't really participated in the open aspect of their relationship yet.
Right.
So everything that they're saying is theoretically, and that's why Davin was saying in that video, you know, I don't really know, like, if we're gonna do the whole, like, the vacation question of would you go on a vacation with, you know, another person. Like, they don't know that yet because they're still figuring it out.
The jealousy thing, yeah.
So, what is the first thing I said? Ellie's not used to having eyes being on her. That was I kind of talked about that before. This whole YouTube thing is crazy, jumping into it and having all these people have all these opinions on you. So the frustration thing, I understand. She's not upset at Blove and Dad. Blove and Dad. I don't know what to say.
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad, but it's like not Mom and Dad to them. So I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, but it's just frustrating dealing with all of this. So here's my first point. Uh-oh. So
he said, "Uh-oh."
In the video, Ellie talks about how being in an open relationship does not mean that you are sexually active with more than one partner or something like that. She said, I don't want to like misquote her, but I'm saying something wrong. And she was saying that the people who were saying that were being ignorant. And what the first thing you do in the 21st century,
we look it up. Definition. We Google it.
You look up a definition of whatever you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And
we
so
really do.
I don't know what people were. Again, I don't know the comments that she was reading, and she probably has every right to be frustrated with those comments because this YouTube, whatever, right?
Right.
But I feel as though the people who are really are curious and want to understand, when they look up open relationship, it means that you. Actually, let me look it up right now.
We looked it up, the Google version of what an open relationship was.
Go
ahead.
An open relationship is an intimate relationship that is sexually non-monogamous. So that leads people to believe that you are sexually active with more than one partner, but you like have an intimate relationship with one person, or like emotional, I guess. That's where it gets cloudy. It's like, all that stuff, whatever. But that's why I don't necessarily think that those people who are saying that specifically were being ignorant because they probably just looked it up. But you have to. But I understand where Ellie's coming from, because not every word, and I want to preface this, not every word that you look up or every phrase or whatever that you look up in the dictionary is going to reflect society. You can have a dictionary definition that may mean one thing, but over time, words change meaning. Words mean something else. So for their relationship, an open relationship is what they choose an open relationship to be. It's not.
It's their
Google
rules.
says it's this.
Right. It's their rules.
Yeah, it's their rules for what they've decided themselves as to what an open relationship means for them. Right. And that is what an open relationship is for everyone else. You can't just look at the definition and be like, well, this is the open relationship. Well,
yeah.
What?
Because that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? You think that. You think
that. That's what I'm saying. So they were just looking at Google, whatever. So, okay. Now I'm skipping that one. So, what is I said something about address the X thing. You said that. I think you wanted to. Oh no. Oh. They were talking about. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
That was me that said that. Because I wanted to address the X thing, because I nowhere near would think that, because I know Dalvin is not getting back with Nicole. That's not
right.
That's not gonna happen. Because they're just friends, strictly friends. We know for a fact that they're not ever gonna get back. That relationship is just more of a friendship thing. And I knew her from high school. We like good friends, and that's it. But when I was saying exes, I was just saying, somebody maybe Dalvin has dated in the past, from high school.
Or
Dalvin. Or Ellie, right? Or Ellie,
right.
It could have been Ellie, that had an ex, but she said she don't go back to her exes. So that answered my question. I just wanted to make it clear. I know for a fact, because Dalvin said, "What do you mean, Mom and Dad, with that?" Because we know he's not gonna ever get back with Nicole. We just know that for a fact. Even Darius know that. We just know it's not gonna ever happen. But I don't know, because Dalvin ain't really had a lot of relationships. Nicole was his longest.
So, this is hard because this was, because I just have these like notes that I'm trying to think of what I meant when I wrote it. I wrote down that, because I think Ellie said this. She said it was never about dating or having sex with other people. It was never about that.
Okay.
And I feel like yes, it probably wasn't ever about that, but that's like essentially what it is, though. It is that you want to, you want to do something with somebody else. That's why it's not a monogamous or not. That's why it is an open relationship, is because you do want to do X, Y, and Z with somebody else potentially. You're leaving it open for that to happen. So that's why I was a little confused on why she said that. I was confused on why she said that it was never about dating or having sex with other people, because I remember her saying that.
Yeah, she did say
and
that.
Again, if I'm quoting her wrong, it's not me trying to be like, or quoting them wrong with the whole video. I literally was just trying to like type this stuff down as I'm watching the video.
And my thing is, I think that's why I had said it's an open relationship with friends with benefits. That's what I said. Right. Because that's what it sounded like to me, and my way of thinking, like, okay, is that just being, friends, or we be friends, or but they're saying they have more than a friendship. It's more like
right. My understanding of what an open relationship was before I came into this was that you have a central person. That's the main thing. You have a central person, just like, everyone else in monogamous relationships. Right. But you are open to having a discussion with your partner about broadening that. And at the end of the day, you still go back to that central person, which is why, for me, my confusion lies in how much are you doing with these other people? Is it just sexually? Right. Is it just one night stands that are, sexual? Right. Or can you go on dates? Are you emotionally attracted to other people too?
That's the kind of questions I have wanted to know, because I'm literally, y'all, I'm so confused about that. I'm just wondering, can you date? I mean, I don't know. Do you date? Right. Do you not date? Because if it's open, it's sex off the line. I don't want to sound redundant.
Yeah, and again, this is what I'm saying. Just remember, I've only seen that one video. I know they have more videos coming out. I don't know if they've already come out. They said they had pre-recorded videos answering some of these questions already, and they didn't want to be redundant, so they just posted that one. Right. So they might answer all these questions already. So I don't know. But yeah, what were we saying? I was just, I think what people are confused is how much can you do with this outside person that supposedly is going to be, or supposedly could be in the relationship, or outside relationship. Yeah. Okay. So this is another thing. Dalvin was saying that, because they were talking about jealousy.
Yes, I asked that question.
They were talking about jealousy, and
yes, that I know you should have said. Go ahead.
Ellie was saying that she has been jealous before. I don't really know. She didn't go into depth, really. She kind of talked about
she said jealous before because he was having other women in his videos, right, saying that, but they were involved. But no one knew her because he never put her in her video. So they was talking them time. And she said, yes, she would get jealous. And I'm wondering if Nicole was one of them people that she was getting jealous about. That's what I was like, it could have been. But, but I promise you, I know, like, we know for a fact that ain't going to go down no more. But we do understand her position, her stance on it. Because you having this other lady in the video that you have lived with and y'all had a relationship with, and you know what I'm saying, she had just moved out. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now she come in.
No, I understand why she said that.
We understand why she said, but and people are going to be talking.
My thing was when Dalvin said, I'm okay with her being with another woman, but I draw the line at the man.
Right, he did say that.
Let's talk about it.
So he's saying that, but it's basically, and your dad, your dad. I mean, your dad had something to say about that too. But he's saying that, yeah, I'm okay with you dating another woman or having that feelings, but not a man.
Right. Here's my 2 cents on that. I feel as though, and this is just my thought process of it. logically, I think that Dalvin doesn't want to put himself in a situation to be jealous.
Right.
And he feels, and this is not this. I know this phrase has a negative connotation, but I don't mean it in that way at all. But you can't compete where you don't compare. So he's fine with her being with women because
he feels
he's
that.
a man.
Right.
So he will always be a man, and there's no comparison. But once she gets with a man, then the competing happens because now he compares.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't want, which is totally fine. I'm just saying that I think that's the thought process behind, because he kind of was just like, I don't know if it's a man thing. He like didn't know why he felt that way. But for me, I feel like that's why I would feel that way. Is that you know, if it's a woman, it's fine because that's not my territory. But when it becomes his territory, he doesn't want to have to compete.
Yeah,
you know
but my thing, you could still kind of compete against a woman.
I get that.
Because a woman, they have more an emotional connection than a man you can have with a man. Sometimes they be so much in love and so intertwined with each other that they can love and have emotions and everything just like they'll have for the man, and it's no difference.
It isn't any difference.
It's no difference.
And he said that he doesn't know if it's a man thing or a pride thing. It's both. It's
both.
It's both. But sadly, it's ingrained in male culture.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't want her to be with another guy.
Right.
You know, but he really should be keeping his eye open for the girls too.
Yeah.
For the girls. He should be keeping his eye open for the girls too. You know, the threats come from all sides. So I understand what he meant. First of all, I'm screaming. The neighbors know what's going on in this relationship. Which, anyways, so I understand what he meant by saying, "Hey, I don't want you to be with other guys," but it's solely because he feels that, you know, he's not competing with the girl because he's a man.
Right.
But you can compete with a girl.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because the girls can give.
Oh, give me that remote.
The girls can give everything you didn't think they could. So that's what I feel like.
I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all still see us?
How long are you taking it to?
Oh, that's right. You gonna be able to see. I'm sorry.
What are you trying to? Why'd you do that?
No, because you yelling.
I'm trying to make sure they can hear me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that's all I had to say on the whole the man thing.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we just did that randomly. Okay, so that was somebody opening the gate and coming to say shut up. Anyways, so Ellie being in relationships with women before probably makes people say crazy things. I can guarantee you. I haven't seen the comments. I don't know what she's been. She's probably been going through turmoil right now in the comments.
Because she said she's been with another woman.
She's bisexual, right? Did she say that?
Yeah, I think she's bisexual.
Okay. I don't know. I hope we're not.
Yeah, she was. No, she is.
Okay.
She was in a relationship.
Well, I know she's
somebody
been
else.
with a woman, but I don't know if she identifies.
No, for
as
a
bisexual.
long. That is bisexual. I think she loves whoever she want to love.
No.
Oh, that could be poly.
No. Mommy makes everything up. I don't. Well, she likes women. Okay, that's all. That's all.
But
I'm saying, because I don't know.
What is the other one? That pan. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can be pan.
Meaning you love everybody. It doesn't matter who you are.
But no, well, don't say it like that, because that's not what it means. It means you have the ability to be attracted to any human. That's it.
That sounds like bisexual though.
It gets
that could
like
be very
rocky when you're talking about transgender people and different genders.
Oh,
because
okay. Right.
Bisexual. I mean, like
pan.
I don't want to say this wrong.
Pan dates transgenders and.
Let's change the subject real quick. Let's change it. Let's get off this topic real quick because I don't want to be wrong.
Let's get to our topic. Hey.
There's certain definitions for certain sexualities, and people go outside of those definitions and whatever, because definitions don't mean everything. We're humans, so being pansexual just means you have the ability to be attracted to any human.
Whether it's transgender, whether woman or man,
whatever gender that person identifies as, you have the ability to be attracted to.
Okay.
And yes, there is a toss up in the air of what does that mean versus bisexuality and blah 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 blah.
Right,
I don't have all the answers, but
okay.
Okay, so the issue with Ellie being in relationships with women, for the people in the comments, is that they feel like it's a free for all. It's well, does that mean that you are just sleeping around with everybody and you get STDs and this and you just went
Oh.
Well, I'm assuming that's what they're saying. I'm assuming she's probably gotten ignorant comments about that, especially when she like first said that she was that
that
she likes women.
Yeah,
she said that. Anyways, so, but what that also does is it taints people's image of Ellie. Now, if this is not you, I'm not talking to you. But people will say, oh, well, she's bisexual, and now she wants to be in an open relationship, and, like, she just must be sleeping around with everybody. Like, that's what people's minds go through. I just know. They go from A, B to C. It's, like, logical to them, and that's just not how it works. Being bisexual or being pansexual or being whatever does not mean you just sleep around with everybody. And I think that's a huge, huge misconception when it comes to bisexuality and pansexuality, is that, oh, that just means you like to sleep around. It does not mean that you sleep around more frequently or less frequently than anybody else. It just means that you have the ability to be attracted to any human if you're pansexual.
So you can still have standards and morals.
So you have, yeah, you probably do still have standards and morals. Like that, you know, most people do have standards and morals. So like, people just equate bisexuality or pansexuality to all of these things that, yeah, just being like open and free and doing whatever they want to do. And that's not always the case. And so I think that some people may be looking at Ellie from that perspective and saying, oh, well, you know, she's doing this, this, and that, or she probably is doing that. They have all these things, preconceived notions in their mind about, you know, bisexual people or people, you know, and I don't know if everyone is talking about her bisexuality or whatever sexuality she is.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm just assuming. This is all speculation, guys. I'm being serious. I don't know. I don't know anything for fact. It does not mean you're a sexual deviant if you are bisexual or pansexual. It doesn't mean that you get a whole bunch of STDs. You can be, you know, a person who's likes to be in a monogamous relationship and a straight person and still get an STD and practice unsafe sex. Yeah. So nothing should be attached to any kind of label. But whatever. Ellie was talking about how she didn't want her private bedroom life to be on you know, discussed on the internet. And here's the two things with that. Of course not. You don't want, no one wants to talk about what they do in the bedroom with everybody. The issue is when we come to YouTube, there's a gray area and there's a very fine line. Because it's, okay, we're sharing our life and we're talking about us being in an open relationship. And so, therefore, people are going to already have their opinions about that. Yeah. And they're going to comment it whether or not you think they should or not. Yeah. Which I feel like they shouldn't, but it doesn't matter. Like, you are putting this online and people are going to say what they want to say, which they should not. Again, I want to preface that. If it's going to be offensive to somebody, you should not keep it to yourself. But the people feel, you know, people do have a right to their opinion. People feel entitled to your life. They should not, but they do. And
but sometimes they spin it, they turn it around, they twist it, they lie.
The issue is
just to get, you know,
if everything was just on paper, I tell you this and you take it at face value, then fine. But that people don't do that. You tell them one thing and it's, oh, well, what about this and this and that? And they're probably doing this and you're probably doing that. You didn't say this, but you should have said that.
And they spin it into a whole
different
story.
They do bop it, twist it, shake it. And then all of a sudden it comes out the conveyor belt as something else. And then they're commenting all these things and you have this whole narrative that you didn't want to start in the beginning that is now blown up out of proportion into something that's so huge. And then people are asking questions. And other people, Ellie's not the only one reading those comments. Everybody else is, and they're like, well, I didn't think about it like that.
Right.
Does she have all these STDs? Yeah, Is she talking to these other, or like, why does she want to do this? And like all of this stuff, and it just becomes a cesspool of misinformation and ignorance, and people assuming things that they don't know, because that's what happens when you put your life online. Point blank, period.
It does. It happens, and we've been doing this for 5 years, so we know, and we know the people can come up with lies and different stories, and then, you know, and people try to go out there, they try to get money and views, and that's a part of this life.
Videos and that's fine, but it takes a long time to get over the fact that people are going to do that.
That's right.
It took me a very long time to get over the fact that people were going to just assume things about me.
Right. At first, it kind of bothered us. It took us a shot back for a while. Like, when we first started doing this, it wasn't easy. But then, we've been doing it for so long, like, we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, some days, most days, I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care.
Right.
Some days I have the time. Some days I do have the time.
Sometimes you have the time.
Some days I don't have the time.
Right.
And usually I don't do any of the above. Usually I don't do any of the above, but some days the comments get the better of me. That's why a lot of times, we don't really read the comments anymore.
Right. We don't read the comments. We used to be in the comments all the time.
Yeah.
And be responding.
Reading.
Sometimes we'll laugh at the comments and be so stupid.
And we would love to. I mean, you know, we would love to reply and comment to the nice comments, but
Right.
the issue is they're mixed in with all these other things. So then, like, some people are like, well, why don't you comment back, or why don't you do this to all your fans? Because we're trying to protect our own mental health,
Right.
And reading some of those comments can be detrimental to your mental health, especially if you're not used to it,
Right.
And so that's why I'm cutting, you know, Ellie some slack on like knowing all of this, because she's brand new to like YouTube and like
It can be
being
overwhelming.
on this side of the camera,
Yeah.
you know, and having everybody have whatever they want to say, whatever the first thing that comes to their mind goes on the keyboard,
right.
And then you're reading all these things and you're like, well, you know, like you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
Right.
it's a taxing thing. It takes a long time to get to the point where you're content and comfortable with having all these people have these opinions, right or wrong or in between, you know, and then like saying all this stuff. And so that's why you just kind of gotta like not read it.
And yeah. And unfortunately, we do say things on a video, and listen,
yeah,
y'all have every right to respond. But some people's responses be way out in the
it's
out
just
of
like
space.
too much. What really gets me, just a small tangent, what really gets me is the people who have been commenting for 4 years. And it's like, okay.
4 or 5 years.
Like, okay, wow. If I click on your profile and this is like the third hate comment you've left and you've been subscribed for 4 years, okay, whatever. You know, maybe you actually feel passionate enough to comment.
Right.
You have been logging on every day, the first view, the first hate comment for 4 years. You have over 1,500 comments on this.
Right, the first view in 5 seconds, didn't even watch the video.
Like, come on now. Like, I feel like I understand. Not everyone's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to like what you do. People are going to have hateful things to say. Fine, whatever. Get it off your chest every once in a while. But when you make this a hobby, like, please. This is just too much. It's too much. Anyways, okay.
Everybody deals with it, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. Being in an open relationship doesn't mean you don't have feelings. And I think Ellie talked about this.
You're right. She said we're not.
That's
not,
what I think
right.
she talked about this with the jealousy part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, of course, you can still get jealous. Just because you're in an open relationship doesn't mean all of a sudden, oh, well, you don't have any feelings anymore. You must be lacking all of this.
You're human.
No, you're a human. You're going to be jealous because at the end of the day, you are going back. My understanding is that you're going back to that central person, and you're going to get jealous at some points. And you're going to have to figure out and talk and be comfortable and content in your relationship and have those conversations where, you know, you encounter that less often. So
okay, yeah, and I got a question. Ellie, have you ever got to the point where when Dalvin, I know this may be sticky for y'all, but when Dalvin's doing videos with Nicole, do you feel that jealousy then?
I don't know anything about it.
I know. Would you think that would be appropriate?
Well, of course,
that'd be valid.
It would be valid, yeah, of course.
I mean, even though they're friends.
But,
right,
but the point is she's an ex, though.
I know that. She is. And, like Dalvin knows that he knows that, and Nicole knows they know that they ain't going to be getting together. However, she's still an ex.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
but
from
outside
from
looking
Ellie's
in,
perspective,
from Ellie's perspective, outside looking in, like, I don't know. You know.
Well, we don't know if she's jealous of
No, we don't. But I'm saying,
we're just speculating.
Is she one of those people that she was?
If she was jealous, she would. I would understand why.
It would be valid. That's what I'm saying.
Valid, yeah.
Completely. Even if they are friends, I
already talked about that. What else I said? So we were talking about if they fall in love with other people, it's over. What were you gonna say about that?
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Like, if y'all fall in love with somebody else, how is it over with from y'all? Y'all saying it's over? Your relationship is over? Why couldn't it be the other person say, like, I don't want to? Look, I fell in love with you, but I'm in love with her too. So why you can't be loyal to the one you originally had the open relationship with?
Well, this would be a question for them. But personally, me responding myself.
If you fall in love with somebody else, you would dump.
If I was in this situation, I feel like it would have to be over. But
the person that you talked about the open relationship with, you would tell them, I quit. I don't want you no more because I found somebody else. So this. What?
Well, my thing is that for me, if I was in an open relationship, it would it would be one central person, but I wouldn't feel comfortable being emotionally attached to anybody else. Does that make sense? And so once I had that, once I realized that I loved someone else outside of that open relationship agreement, then for me personally, I feel like that would be a lot.
So who you gonna dump?
I think I'm dumping the original.
Why?
Because, no, I'm saying if I fell in love...
That's what I'm saying.
With someone else...
But listen to me. You're in love with that person.
Well, we don't know if you're in love with the original person.
But what if you're in love with two people? Both of them. So you're going to dump the one that you originally talked about the open relationship with and just say, I'm going with this one.
No.
Because the other one may say, I don't want you in an open relationship no more. I don't believe in that.
That's why communication is everything. If push comes to shove and that's how it works out, that's how it works out. But you have to have a conversation with them and say, like, hey, you know...
Oh, yeah, that's what they said.
Right. It's adaptive.
Well, like Elliot said, she ain't gonna go be, wearing a t-shirt or just, yelling it out. Hey, I'm in an open relationship.
Right, which is nobody's business.
She's not gonna be advertising it like she in an open relationship. I understand that.
I wouldn't do that either.
But at some point, like Dalvin said, you're gonna have to say, like, listen, because you're pursuing that person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but see, that's where I get confused, because I don't know, and I don't know if they've answered this in other videos or whatever. I don't know what they mean by stepping out specifically. Like, is there any boundaries at all? Is it you can have a whole relationship with someone else?
This is what I'm saying. They don't know. Like they
right,
said,
and that's totally fine.
They don't know because this is something new for them.
Right.
They just not trying it out. So they are literally like,
and they will figure it out. And
they're like babes in this. Like,
once they figure out, and whenever they
and
when or if they ever decide to tell us what those situations, then that's fine and that's on them. But we, as viewers or as outside people, have no dictation over their relationship, and we don't know like anything. We're speculating. We have questions and stuff like that, but like that's up to them to figure out, because they're obviously still learning, and this is a learning process for them too.
You definitely can't talk about this on YouTube and try to figure it out.
Right, it can't be like an open back and forth,
because
and which is really kind of what it is. But but yeah, for me, I just feel like I would only be able to do central emotion and sexual outside if I were doing an open relationship myself, because I would be emotionally and sexually active with one person.
Okay.
If I were in an open relationship.
Okay, and then what's the other one?
The outside relationships for me would only have to be strictly sexually, because I don't know.
But listen, that could lead to emotions, lead to.
But that's where the conversation has to be re-upped. Every so often, there's new information coming along, new people. You see this person more than 3 times, and you're starting to catch feelings.
Yeah.
Re-up on the conversation, open relationship. It's a growing, evolving process with your partner.
Yeah, but what you said, well, you know what? I've been with this person like a few times, and now I'm trying to catch. Or
then have that conversation. What does that mean for us? You know what I'm saying? As you and your partner, what does that mean? Like, okay, I have been seeing this person on the side. And that's why I personally would only it would have to be sexually and not anything else, because that would keep it simple. But the lines blur and it becomes gray when when you're like, okay, well, I do like this person, more, and like more than I thought that I was going to.
Right.
And so you revisit that conversation. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean for our relationship?
But what if I'm not willing to lose you? I'm like, no, I don't want to lose you towards this person.
Well, y'all gonna have to figure it out. At that point, it's...
Are you inviting that person, saying, come on over because my person want to meet you?
What do you mean? Well, yeah, I thought you meant like adding them into the relationship.
No, I want to meet who you are and what is this competition about? Or how do you compete? Yeah, it's going to be some jealousy there.
There's going to be jealousy, and that's what you sign up for, and that's what you sign up for.
And you would say that's fine.
Yes, because I think that comes with being in an open relationship. People are going to get jealous. And there's going to be tough, difficult conversations that you have to have. But that's what comes with the title of having this open relationship with your partner. You're going to have discussions and, be uncomfortable sometimes. And the discussion doesn't happen once. It's not going to be we're in an open relationship. That's it. Let's go do our thing. It's going to be, we're in an open relationship. This happened. Let's bring up the open relationship again. We have this new variable. How do we adapt? That's what it needs to be.
You're right. So basically, you have to have open communications at all
times.
No secrets. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I snuck this as a sneak attack. Sneak one on you.
Right.
Oh, I didn't. I was secretive because you don't have to be secretive. In
Right. Don't wait until you are all the way in love with somebody to
and
bring
you
it
didn't
up.
say I done been messing with this person for 6 months and I'm just not telling you about him.
Yeah, it has to be every step of the process. Needs to be what does it mean now?
I
what
met
does it
this
mean
girl,
now?
she was
what
fine.
Does it mean now?
I met this guy, he was fine, and
right.
or whatever.
I saw that. I mean,
and we talked and we exchanged numbers and we've been DMing and we've been talking on the phone.
But then like the more you share, the more opportunity for jealousy.
But you got to.
I get that. Like, okay, we have to.
But it's no hold bar. You can't hold nothing back.
What do you mean?
You can't hold anything back. Saying we kissed, we was intimate.
Okay,
we had this
but
conversation.
Now I know about. I'll be saying okay, because we got it. I don't need you to go into detail and the depth of what you did.
Well, you said keep the communication because if I tell you.
But I mean, just like I saw this person. Or I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was with this person, whatever. I'm saying if you start catching feelings, you need to have that conversation. And I feel like we're blowing it out of proportion. We're making this so much more drama and complicated than it is. And I don't want you to think that all of these questions are happening with Ellie and Dalvin.
It's not.
They're not. I'm just saying.
We're talking about in general.
I'm saying in general, in an open relationship, you have to keep an open line of communication, and Dalvin and Ellie are going to do that, and they are going to figure out what open relationship means for them. And they don't have all the answers yet because they haven't experienced this together with each other.
They probably just like we are. They don't know everything.
They don't know everything, so we have to.
I promise you, I'm new to this. This is something totally new. My world.
Yeah, my advice to everybody out there who's like curious is to be curious for a little bit longer and wait till they figure it out. And if or when they decide to tell you, then take that information, and what am I trying to say? Just like whatever. If they decide to tell you, then that's good. But if they don't, then that's their business. I understand that you're curious.
They may not find out that you open relationship is not for them.
They might find that out. They're still trying to figure it out, and that's the thing that I think that people should realize is that bombarding them with questions, specific ones, and having your preconceived notions and all this other stuff is not helping them. Right? They need to naturally come up with that process of what that means for them
as they go in life.
And bombarding them with all of these different, questions and things like that is not helping them because we don't know the answers and neither do they. No one has the answers, so we're just over here like, what if this happens? What if that happens? They're like, I don't know. Like we haven't figured that out yet. And so we just need to, be mature when we're coming at this situation. All of us, commenters too, people who are just like interested in it and be like, you know what? We're part of the journey with them because they're inviting us, and when I say us, I mean
everybody in the world.
They're inviting the world to be in on whatever they want to tell the world, and don't go beyond that. Don't speculate. Don't do anything else. Just get the information that they tell you, and like if you're curious, then you're curious, but like don't keep on bombarding them with all these different questions because that is frustrating because they don't know themselves. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I feel like that's all I have.
That's all you have.
I just want to preference that being in an open relationship is not polyamory. Being in a polyamorous relationship.
That's what a person lives with you.
I think that being in a polyamorous relationship means that you,
switching partners like a swinger.
No. You have 3 people that are all dating each other.
Right. And they live in the same. They don't have to live together, right? They don't have to live together.
No, they don't have to. But you guys are all like in a committed relationship with each other.
And y'all all have sex.
It's not. It's different than an open. Let me look at the definition. Polyamory is the practice of or desire for intimate relationships with intimate relationships with more than one partner with the informed consent of all partners involved.
Okay.
Well, actually, that doesn't necessarily mean that. I feel like the gate is open every time. That doesn't necessarily mean.
The neighbors.
Probably is.
Yeah, because they want to see what you're talking about.
I know. Anyways, so I said that wrong. Please don't quote me. I don't think that's actually what that means. I was under the impression of that. That's not what the.
But they said they're not gonna have that.
Right.
I don't think
they're not gonna have a third person coming in their relationship. That's
right. So it's only gonna be them two all by themselves.
Yes. Scratch what I said about polyamory. This is what the definition is. Again, I told you social like norms of or like words change meaning based on person to person and throughout, you know, whatever.
Centuries
and the dictionary
and
doesn't
decades.
have it really all when it comes to stuff like this, but polyamory doesn't necessarily mean that there's a third person in your relationship, which is what I literally just said. But it really just means that there's a someone else, but everyone is informed about it. So I don't know. It could be they could coincide, being an open
That's
relationship.
just like pan and
polyamory.
bisexual.
I don't know. And I hope I'm not. What if Ellie's like, they just made this worse?
I'm sorry, Ellie.
What if Ellie and Dallin are like, oh my
Apologize.
goodness. I'm sorry if I did any of
To
that.
the both of y'all.
We're really thinking out loud here, and I really, my main point is that no one knows anything except for you and Dalvin. And I'm talking to Ellie. And this is your guys' relationship. And on the flip side, I'm telling the commenters, you know, wait till they express what they want to express. And, you know, make sure you're not saying anything ignorant or anything that you have preconceived notions about whatever you're talking about, because that's for them to figure out and them to decide and them to come to you once they figure out. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to say anything else.
Well, he's done. Well, that was the end of this video, y'all. We just wanted to say it because Darius have a lot to say. You know he always got a lot to say. What I was going to talk about, I was going to really just address the, you know, Ellie, because everybody's saying she had attitude, blah, 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 blah. And she's entitled to whatever she wants to feel at that moment, especially when you have everybody coming against you. So I understand. I don't get offended like that. So it takes a lot. I wasn't offended that you, I don't say.
Well, we just knew that.
We knew all right away.
We knew she was not doing. She's just frustrated with all of this, and I've been there.
We didn't double question it. We didn't second question it. We were like, oh wow, no, we didn't do none of that because we already know.
Yeah.
So,
when you do a thumbnail, this better be still recording. I would scream.
Go see. I would scream.
I would scream. Yeah, it's recording. 46 minutes long.
Danger.
Don't look at my shorts.
Yeah, you had a lot to say, didn't you? At any rate, y'all saw me. I was quiet. I was like this.
Well, I had notes that I wanted.
I'm just playing. I'm
just kidding. Okay.
At any rate, y'all, what's coming?
Oh, the thumbnail.
Oh, what thumbnail gonna be? Okay, y'all, we're gonna end this video and we're gonna do a thumbnail after that. But we in this video. We love y'all. Remember to always keep God first in anything and everything that you do. Peace out. Peace out. Peace. Love y'all. What's up, my beloved?
I got sauce. Smackalicious. I got sauce. Smackalicious. I got sauce. Smackalicious. I got sauce. I got a craving for some crab legs. I want boiled eggs. I want shrimp. I'm a bougie chick. A whole mukbang. Gotta have that lemon rain. And I do everything. It's smackalicious. Beat love, beat love, beat love 3 times. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Beat love, beat love, beat love 3 times. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.